pears. Use a little melon bowl scoop to get that seed cavity out of the pear. We first poach the pears for the filling. So for the poaching liquid, add 1 bottle of a nice light white wine, the Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Gris, a cup of water. We're going to add all the water. Just add water in case the liquid doesn't cover the pears. And 1 cup of sugar. Bring this to a boil with 2 cinnamon sticks, 1 star anise, and 1 vanilla bean. So the sugar's all dissolved. Add your cranberries, 2 cups of cranberries. Ours are frozen, but frozen are just as good as fresh. And add your pears. Carefully, you don't want to bruise them. And I see that the liquid is not completely submerging the pears, so I'll add a little bit more water. There. Now, bring this back to a boil, reduce the heat to a simmer, and cover with a piece of parchment paper. Poaching will take 20 to 30 minutes. Once poached, cool in the liquid, and then make your pie. So I've already rolled out my bottom crust. We're going to make a pie this size, 9 inches in diameter. And I'm going to roll our top crust to a diameter of 13 inches. Pastry has just come out of the refrigerator. Just keep moving it so it doesn't stick to the counter. And we are going to cut out the top crust with a decorative pattern. The cutouts are going to become the decorations around the rim. It's an easy and pretty way to decorate a top crust. So this looks good. It's plenty big, and I'm just going to press that lightly to make a mark so I can tell how big the top crust is. And then cut maybe 10 of these pretty leaf shapes. And these are your decorations. Now transfer this to a parchment-lined baking sheet and chill for at least 15 minutes until firm. And so the pears and the cranberries have been drained from the poaching liquid. Look at the beautiful color of those pears. Put some of the cranberries in the bottom of the chilled pie crust, and then layer in your pears. This is a covered pie, so it doesn't really matter how the pears go in, but you want to make sure that everyone gets pear and cranberry when you slice the pie. This would be a pretty open-faced pie or tart too with these colorful pears. But the surprise when you cut into the pie of this colorful fruit is really exciting. These pears have been very well drained because you don't want the bottom crust to get soggy. This looks good. And then spread your cranberries all over the top. Now the poaching liquid, you can reduce it to a syrup and serve that with the pie, with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. And now a wash right around the edge so that the top will adhere well. And then lift your top. I didn't even think about it tearing or falling apart as I lifted it. That's the power of positive thinking. Do not think about it. Just do it. And then press all the way around the edge. Now we're going to use our shears to cut around, leaving about 1/4 inch that can be tucked under. Pinch that around, and those leaves will be applied right around the edge. So pretty. Now, put a little bit of egg wash on each of the leaves, and these can be put around the edge so they stick. And now glaze all over the pastry. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Place the pie on a foil-covered baking sheet. That'll catch any drips. Bake for 20 minutes, and then reduce the heat to 375 and bake this pie for approximately 45 to 60 minutes longer. And now just sprinkle the crust with sanding sugar. Once you do this sugaring on the pie crust, you'll want to do it on almost every pie. It really tastes good. Get that right into the oven. Allow the pie to completely cool before cutting. You should really try this technique to stunning effect on all your pies and tarts.